Our challenges are our greatest opportunities for growth. If you don't know me, I'm Wyatt. I built a large real estate portfolio in my 20s, and I make these videos so that you can have similar results. You know when you get that sinking feeling in your chest? It could have been you had a difficult conversation with a loved one, or a sales call didn't go well, or you don't see the rewards at the end of something, but you know you don't want to take the action, but you know you should, like maybe starting a business or making an offer on a property or hiring your first employee. When you get that sinking feeling in your stomach, our natural response is to medicate it, is to distract ourselves from it. I have a tendency to distract myself with either more work, overeating, or doom scrolling on social media. And what this does for me is it avoids the pain of now by giving myself pleasure and comfort. However, doing this does not get me to where I want to go. So instead of distracting myself from it, what I have learned to do and continually do is sit with it. So an analogy of this that I always like to tell is the difference between a buffalo and a cow. When a storm is coming, that sinking feeling, a storm will come, a cow will actually look at the storm and turn away from the storm and start walking the opposite way of the storm. As that storm passes, the cow ends up being in the storm 2 times as long as if the cow was to just sit there and have the storm go over top of them. Versus the buffalo. The buffalo, when a storm is coming, will actually turn towards the storm and walk straight at the storm. Eventually, when that storm hits, it will go straight through the storm, and it'll be in the storm half as long as if it was just standing still, because it goes directly through it. I tell you this because in life we have storms, and often we are not staying still. We are either going away or we are going towards the storms. So instead of walking away from the storm in life, feel the uncomfortable feelings. Search for what is true. This gives you the ability to face your fears and grow in the situation. An example of this that happened very near and dear to me is I bought a multifamily deal and not everything has gone according to plan. We bought a deal right before interest rates went bananas, and ultimately my management company was not performing since day one the way I wanted it to, the way I pro forma'd it to. And so I tried to face the storm right away. And I tried to implement strategies and I pivoted, and eventually that storm was so great that eventually I just said, this is so hard, I just need to get away from this. And so then I ejected myself from the storm. I left my investors with my property management company that I had built to manage and have it go. The problem was the storm was still there. My employees were not up to par of the standards that we needed for the deal. And so eventually it reared to a head, and that storm did not go away. And I had to come back and face that storm again. This happened very recently. And so what did I do? The first thing I thought was like, man, maybe I should just get rid of this company, this property management thing. It's not worth my time. Maybe I should just, exit this deal and sell this deal. It's not worth my time. And that would have been me being a cow and avoiding the storm, right? And we still very well might sell the deal. However, what I had to do is I had to swallow my pride. I had to sit with that sinking feeling in my stomach and learn what was going wrong so I could implement strategies to fix it. And so what I did is I called an ownership meeting and we sat there and I met with the owners and I asked them to be incredibly raw with me and tell me every single thing of their concerns, of things that have happened. And instead of me listening to it and getting defensive and trying to combat it, whether it was right or wrong, in my mind, what I did is I sat with it and I listened to their concerns. And I sought first to understand and then be understood, Stephen Covey. So every time they said something, I parroted it back in their words. Okay, so you're saying this, that means this, this, and this. Is that right? Yes. Or no, that's not right. And I sought clarification to be able to get to the root of what their concerns were. At the end of that, after they were completely satisfied with all of the concerns, then we moved into fixes. So what fixes can we now start to implement for it? And after going through the fixes, then we were able to implement a plan for how we are going to be able to do this. And it was a completely relieving feeling knowing that they were heard, they were listened to, and they were happy. And that we have a plan set in place to weather the storm and take care of the storm to be able to then go live our life now. And so if you're sitting in this, I just want to let you know that I did not want to have this conversation. There were a lot of things that I felt were not right in my eyes, but at the end of the day, it was my responsibility to ensure that it was done to quality. And so as leaders, I believe we are all leaders. So you're listening to this, you are a leader. Whether you're leading a loved one, whether you're leading a company, or whether you're just leading yourself, you are a leader. And so I tell you this story because maybe you're here right now and you know there's something that you should be doing and you're procrastinating it. And I want to let you know, first off, that's okay. That's human. We all do it. I do it. But I want to encourage you to let you know that the sooner that you face your challenge, the sooner you will grow. And the more you grow, the easier life becomes. Jim Rohn said it best. It's not about what you have in life. It's about what you become. All right. And with that, I love you guys. If you got any value out of this video, it would mean the world to me to either like or subscribe. I'm going to continue to make content like this to help you in your journey. And so life is short. You're worth it. With love, I'll see you in the next video.